So there's the gate. I don't get to go out there, past there anymore, very much. Maybe once a week I'll go shopping into Castle Pollard or Mullingar. Otherwise, this is me. I'm about a Magh from Collinstown. So Magh is an old unit of measurement we had long ago. It's like the distance that a cockcrow is heard across a plain, or also the distance that a handbell, that a church bell can be heard from one place to another. And if this were Sunday morning at noon and the bells were ringing in Collinstown, you'd realise I'm exactly a Magh from Collinstown. So the land was originally part of a sheshrach, which is a unit of land that is about a quarter of a baile, quarter of a townland. And a sheshrach had about 60 acres in it. So, and in fact, a sheshrach was normally, sheshrach also means it's the word for a plough team of 6 horses. So sheshrach was used for a piece of land, roughly 60 acres, that was ploughable. And like this would break any ploughman's heart. When I got this land, the sheshrach had been divided and divided up until eventually there was like half a cumhal left. A cumhal is a unit of land worth the equivalent of 3 milch cows, of 3 milk producing cows, or also of one female slave woman, one bondmaid, a woman who's basically bound to work without wages. I still don't feel that I've given you a proper sense of this land. So it's the size of half a cumhal. And a cumhal, remember, was a piece of land that is the value of 3 milch cows or 1 female slave. Maybe it's better to give it in terms of dimensions. So a cumhal was 12 furrochs long by 6 furrochs wide. Okay, so this land then is 6 furrochs long by 3 furrochs wide, and a furroch was 144 feet. A furroch was also a measuring stick for measuring land, but 1 furroch is 144 feet, so it's 6 of those by 3 of those, 144. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 144 feet, that's by 6 times by 3 times. That is this land. So, for those of you still confused about what a furroch is, a furroch has 12 feartach in it, and a feartach is 12 feet. So, the top of my roof there, that is 2 feartach. And the full extent of my land is 72 feartach, or feartach in one direction, and 36 feartach in the other direction. Basically, the length of my roof 72 times. A furroch consists of 12 feartach. Feartach is 12-foot length. Okay, so there are 2 feartach on this roof. There's one, probably 12 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. So there are 72 feartach or feartach on my land in one direction, and 36 feartach in the other direction. A feartach consisted of 2 deshcanes. That's a deshcane. A deshcane is a double stem. And there's raw trig in a deshcane. So a deshcane is made up of raw trig, or raw trigid, as it was on the 1, 2. So a trigid was a foot, and there were 12 trigids in a feartach and 2 trigids in a deshcane. But a trigid wasn't 12 inches. A trigid was closer to the size of a human foot, about 10 inches. A trigid was made up of 3 durrans. A durran is a fist. So 1, 2, 3. 3 durrans in a trigid. But there were 2 different types of durran. There was the durran with the thumb outside, which was roughly 5 or 6 inches, and then the durran with the thumb tucked in, which was 4 or 5 inches. So 3 durrans equals 1 trigid. So an inch was an ordlach, from the word ordog, meaning a thumb. and there were roughly 5 ordlachs in Durham. So depending on which Durham, whether it was the Durham with the ordog in or the Durham with the ordog out, there was 5. Hen, do, chi, cahar, cuig. Cuig, ordlach, 5 ordlach in one fist. But ordlach wasn't the smallest unit of measurement. It was still one smaller, the basic unit that all of this land could be measured in. So the smallest unit of measurement in the Old Irish system was the Gráin, a single grain of wheat. These are barley that I stole from the hens, but you get the idea. So 3 Gráin laid out length to length, the wheat laid out length to length, is the size of an ordlach. And then there were 36 Gráin in a trigget, and there were 402 Gráin in a Feartach. So my piece of land, my half Cumhal, has 31,100 Gráin in one direction, and in the other about 15,500 Gráin. That's the size of this bit of land. Why am I telling you all this? Because I bought this land in 1997 for £10,000, yet I have never appreciated every single furroch, Feartach, Deshcame, Triggered, Durran, Orlach and Gráin of it as much as I do now. I yearn to get out to the furrocha and the Feartach beyond that gate. I envy the fact that the church bells chime and that the cockerel's call can now soar across the Magh, and I am determined that when I get that freedom again, I am going to appreciate it.